promise I actually did my job today. Luckily, this was my job today, so here we are. So I had the completely original idea of coming up with some fake senior superlatives because, you know, at a normal high school, that's a thing that happens. And I think we've done it here before, maybe once or twice, but it just didn't seem right this year to try to give out a Best Smile Award after Mr. Campos sucked the life out of you guys. So we decided not to do it, so I created my own. And this took longer than I expected it to. I was planning on making fake certificates, but that didn't happen, so sorry. But buckle up, here we go.
Oh my god!
Oh, this is a problem. Problem solved. All right, so first up, we've got Best Dressed. And before I start, if I had known that Kevin Grady was going to wear that shirt today, I would have given him this award. Unfortunately, I thought he was going to be out of town. So, sorry, Kevin. Honorable mention to you. So I want to start with this category by saying I am not one to judge. I'm almost 30 years old. Every time I see my parents, my mom tries to buy me new clothes because she's horrified by what I'm wearing. But you know, even with my keen sense of fashion, this was a tough category to judge. Many of you put about as much effort into your appearance as you did into your senior project. Sakshay has perfected the timeless look of beat-up gym shorts and Spanx. Harry stole about half of his t-shirts from the county jail. And you're probably more likely to find a guy with a manicure than you are to find a girl with a manicure in this class. So here we go. Starting with the ladies. This student's fashion sense can be summed up as Brundage-esque. Her devotion to t-shirts and cargo shorts rivals my own to khaki pants and dry-fit polos. Shardul has changed his hairstyle more in the last 3 days, and she has deviated from her tried and true outfit all year. Best Dressed Female goes to our own Emily Weir. Moving on to the guys, I can only describe this wardrobe as an overgrown third grader, which is also the perfect way to describe this person as a student. I'm pretty sure that he either joins a club or starts a club anytime he needs a new t-shirt. And he has more pairs of gym shorts than your average Dick's Sporting Goods does. He also wears running shoes, even though I'm pretty sure he's never run anything in his life unless you count running his mouth. Best Dressed Male goes to Larry Gann. Hey, what's that t-shirt? Awesome. All right, most likely to be the parent of an NBA player. Yeah, I'm gonna make some hype jokes. I needed a place to talk about how unathletic most of you are. The winners of this award are tall, and I'm sure they already know who they are. And they are also just athletic enough to not ruin the chances of their future very tall spawn. And I mean just enough. When I first got here, I spotted the male recipient of this award in the hallway, and I thought, wow, I bet he could be a good football player. Then I watched him play basketball, and I realized how wrong I was. Even with a coach as overbearing as Mr. Smith, his combination of Ethan Foo's mild athleticism and Miles' work ethic produced a truly mediocre basketball player. Luckily, he's tall, and that will save his children. Most likely to be the father of an NBA player, Sufjan. The female recipient of this award is half of the oddest looking friend duo I've ever seen. She's so tall, and Nala is just so short. And yet somehow they made their friendship work to the point that they both looked incredibly depressed on days when the other wasn't in school. They're both friends with most of the people in this room, but that didn't stop them from looking like their puppy had just died when the other one was absent. None of this has anything to do with this category, but I ran out of hype jokes. Most likely to be the mother of an NBA player is Flannery. So I was going to do a least likely to be the parent of an NBA player. And I was going to give that award to Divya. But it just didn't seem fair to leave out Shakti, Anjali, Rhea, Arya, both Mayas, Anika, Ananya, Zoe, and who did I miss?
Angela.
Sarah, here's Sarah. So I scrapped that category. So moving on. Most likely to currently be lost. I'll start this category by saying technology is a scourge on society. Back in my day, you had to buy a GPS separately because your cell phone flipped open and apps were a fun nickname for the thing you order at restaurants before an entree. So most of you growing up in this age of instantly available Google Maps couldn't find sand in the desert without your iPhone. That being said, the male recipient of this award manages to look lost and confused 100% of the time, whether he is or not. He has a blank expression on his face most of the time that makes you wonder if he is alive or just the first iteration of pretty convincing robots that will destroy humanity. Most likely to currently be lost is Nick Park. This is nice that the two of you are sitting next to each other. So, on to the female side of this award. This girl literally does not know where she lives. We had a whole conversation about it. I've told many of you about it. It's not a joke. She does not know where she lives. And she asked the two of you in here that have a driver's license for a ride home tonight, say no, because she's not going to be able to tell you where to go. She's headed off to my alma mater in Pittsburgh, which is one of the most confusing cities on the planet. And I have to say, I am deeply concerned for your safety. Will you make a wrong turn and circle the city in January until you freeze to death? Will you learn your address so you can use your phone to get home? If someone stops you and asks you if you're lost, will you admit that you need help, or will you just say, maybe? Most likely to currently be lost is Clara. On to the Stupid Criminal Award. I think we all know where this one's going, but we'll get there. So I'm going to let you guys in on a secret. We talk trash about you guys all the time. That's why we keep the door to our office closed. It's not because you're loud at lunch, it's because we don't want you to hear us. But I gotta say, I've never heard more teachers make fun of these four students more in my life. Skipping school is a rite of passage. Skipping school but still showing up for math class doesn't count. So. Cutting class is something that most of us have done, and we got away easily because we didn't come back. And we definitely didn't try to come back through the front door. So the Stupid Criminal Award, 4-way tie between Obi, Chaitanya, Sean, and Sanjay. Congratulations. All right, Sanjay got robbed. I don't know why. All right, so most likely to be talking nonstop about nothing in particular. College counseling class. We all know after October, it's filled with lots of free time for you to work, college applications. But we all know that's basically a social hour. Before October, when we were doing things, we didn't hear much from most of you, especially when we wanted you to talk. And honestly, if it weren't for Sneha and Sweta, then most of the college reps that came to visit probably would have wondered if you guys were even alive. However, there are some exceptions to this. This award winner is either talking or laughing. There's never silence. I'm surprised that she even finds time to breathe. Her ability to speak constantly without really talking about much of anything is truly remarkable and worthy of a superlative. Most likely to be talking nonstop about nothing in particular is Vaisha. What?
Mr. Cat got robbed.
Oh, hang on. Moving on to the boys. There was a table in the back of college counseling class that could never quite manage to shut up. I debated giving this award to all of them, but it didn't seem right to have Swaroop and Hudayfa win when I don't really know what they sound like. So I had to give it to the ringleader. I was surprised to hear a few weeks ago that this student doesn't like to speak publicly. Apparently the only thing that can shut him up is an audience. If only we had known sooner. Most likely to be talking nonstop about nothing in particular is Shivam. most likely to be talking nonstop about themselves. This next award goes out to two people who stand out for their ability to talk about one topic in particular, themselves. Many of you are talented in this area, and like most things in your life, many of you who have parents are really good at doing this for you. For example, I've learned more about Ibtisam and Mackenzie's accomplishments from their parents than I ever would from them. And Manu loves to talk about Manu, but not nearly as much as his mom likes to talk about him. The female recipient of this award wins only if you count a pet as an extension of the person. Social media, like Google Maps, is slowly destroying the minds of our youth. And this person is a prime example of this. She loves to post on Twitter, which is in and of itself a self-serving thing to do. But she does it in a way that not only garners attention to herself, but to her poor, unsuspecting dog, Teddy Roosevelt, who has more followers than the average reality TV star. Living vicariously through her dog to make herself mildly famous has earned Aria the award for most talking nonstop about herself. The male recipient of this award has a senior portrait that I can only describe as smug. He gets so lost in his own gravitational field that he sometimes leaves his heart-healthy breakfast sitting on the table. He can't remove his gaze from his reflection long enough to remember his brand new box of golden roasted Cheerios made with real honey. I am of course talking about the one and only, the golden boy, Mr. Rishan Bondi. So, I think I've said more than enough. If I didn't make a joke about you, I want you to know it's not personal. It's because I'm deeply afraid of getting an email from your parents tomorrow morning. In all seriousness, though, my mouth's getting really dry. I've been talking for a while. It's been a pleasure. This year has been a real whirlwind. You know, the college application process, you guys were more on it than last year's class was, and then senior projects came, and that dynamic flipped real quick. But you guys have been a real pleasure to work with, and I just want to say thank you.